Hi, friends. It's Maddie from Seven Moons Healing, and here's your collective card conversation of the day. Remember to take what resonates and what doesn't, leave it behind. No judgment here. The first card that came out for you guys is the Trust card. Now, this is very interesting. This trust is talking about you believing in yourself, you having the ability to create whatever it is that you want to create. You've always had that skill. Now, sometimes we don't believe in ourselves, so it becomes a little hard to trust the process. But if you surrender to the idea that you don't have to be perfect, and if you start believing a little bit in yourselves, now some of us have been through some very traumatic things, emotional distress, things that have caused us to lose a little faith. Guess what? I'm here to remind you that you are a divine being and that you can have the faith again in yourself. It's time to start healing that part of you. If you make mistakes along the way, with a concept, an idea, a project, something creative, that's okay. Because that means that you can fix it. You can make adjustments along the way if you need to. But the idea is for you to start putting that into action. What are you dreaming of? What do you want to create? What are you trying to manifest? Because it's here for you. You just have to believe in yourself. Interestingly enough, I'm wearing my Ted Lasso shirt that says, "Be curious, not judgmental." And for those of you who have not seen the TV series Ted Lasso on Apple TV, Ted, which is Jason Sudeikis' character, has this sign above his doorway, his office door, in the locker room for the football players. And it says believe. It's yellow with blue words. It says believe. And the team was so um, they were so apart. They didn't work well together. They were all over the place. They were not working cohesively. And he puts the sign up, and over the course of time, as he's coaching, they're starting to believe in themselves and as a team. And so, if you can take that concept of you starting to believe in yourself, great things can happen. It's like that baseball movie, The Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. It's true. They went on faith and they believed and they built it. And if you believe in yourself, you can build this, whatever life you're trying to create for yourself. Don't be afraid. You're fully supported and loved. The second card that came out was a Refuge card. And the Refuge card, which makes sense, is talking about retreating, going inward, writing down those things that you need to feel better in a on a grander scale. Tongue tied, sorry. If you're struggling with what's happening in your life right now, and it could be big, it could be small, or it could feel enormous to you, but if you really take the time to sit down and evaluate what's happening, maybe it's not that big, or maybe it is, but then you can focus on exactly the areas that you want to work on. My good friend Angelica Grace made this podcast. It's an amazing podcast, and I'll put the details. It's called A Path to Rediscovery, I believe. If I get that wrong, I apologize. But there was one of her podcasts where she talked about that the things we're going through is not happening to us, it's happening for us. Oh, you want me to repeat that because it was so good? Let me repeat it. It's not happening to us, it's happening for us. And if you can take a look at a bigger picture of what that really means, you'll start understanding that everything happens for a reason. Things start breaking down, things start rebuilding. You start evolving as a human. And it's not because it's happening to you, it's happening for you because you're ready to embark on the next journey. And oftentimes we don't see it because it's happening to us in the moment. But if you take the time to retreat, go into refuge, and heal those areas of your life, you'll be amazed at how far you've come along. You're doing great, I promise. And the last card, because you can't make the shit up, is the love card. Love is the most purest form, the most purest emotion out there. When there's a new baby that is born, whether it's yours or not, what's the first thing? You can't help but love on that little nugget, right? because they're so pure and they're so little and they're so new. And so there's nothing but love and no judgment. They're perfect the way they are. But why don't we take that further into our lives? Well, we start being taught how to be, what not to do. And so conditioning starts happening and societal expectations start happening. And so we start losing a little bit of that purity and that magic. If you can start working on healing the component of love in your life, you will be so ahead of the game. Now, it's hard. I speak from experience that I did not learn to love myself until recently. In all pieces of me, all fractured, beautiful prisms of me, there is no part of me that I don't love. I used to worry about my teeth. I have an overbite. I have a gap. I used to worry about my thick thighs. I used to hate parts of me. And that no longer is. I love all aspects of myself. I learned to embrace me wholly and fully and lovingly. So if you guys can start working on that love piece, the rest of it, the trusting the process, going into refuge when you need to, honoring yourself and self-care, the, the world is your oyster. I hope that helps and resonates. And remember, love yourself enough to invest in you. Have a great day.